Hi, so I'm going to solve a couple of examples of simple exponential equations. On this example, on the first one, I'm going to solve 7 to the x equals to 120. And we're going to use the property of logs that is explained in the previous video. So the way to solve these is you need to write, take the logarithm in any base of both sides. So I'm going to write like this. I'm going to write the log of 7 to the x equals the log of 120. Remember that what this means is that I'm taking the log base 10 on both sides. Log without a specific base means base 10. So after this, what we write is use a property that the exponent up here can be brought down. Right, using this property can bring the x in front. So that's a property that we explained in a separate video. And I'm going to do that now. And now this log becomes x log of 7 equals log of 120. So I'm writing it like this. And in the previous example, I think I calculate the log of the base 7, and it's a decimal, and I copy it here. The log of 120, copy it here. It was a decimal. But that leaves us to a little bit of a miscalculation because we are approximating twice, right, when we copy those numbers. So I'm going to show you that it's better if you keep it like this and you write the x is going to be equal to log of 120 over here divided by log of 7, correct? And why I do this is because if I do it this way, I will only be rounding this expression once if I put it in my calculator. So as I said in class a couple times, if your calculator has a parentheses, you can do stuff like this in one step. If your calculator does not, then you're going to have to calculate first the log of 120, copy it down, find the log of 7, copy it down, and then you lose a couple of decimals. So what I'm going to do is go to my calculator that I have right here. So I'm going to write, have the log button. I can write the log of 120, close the parentheses, and divide by the log of 7. So if I do this, my calculator internally is doing that computation, and I'm not going to have a rounding error, but only once. So I get 246028. So I will round that to 24603. Okay. So I'm going to go back. 24603 is my answer. So it's approximately 2.4603. So in our book, I think we asked sometimes to write your answer in an exact form and an approximate form. So our exact form is this. Let me point this out. This is the exact form. Yeah. If you leave it like that, you're not rounding. That's the exact answer. And then if you want to round, it's best if you just round once like I did for here. So if you have a calculator that has parentheses, you can do this and avoid a little bit of rounding. Okay. Okay, so let's do another example here. So it's exactly the same thing. The only thing I'm going to do now is I'm not going to use the log button. I'm going to use the ln button, which is natural log, right? Sometimes we're afraid of using that number. I don't know why. So what I'm going to do is this property also works if I do natural log of 3 to the x will be natural log of 300. Remember what this means is this is the logarithm base e, right? The number e. So you had to worry about that. The calculator will do it internally, and you see no difference if you do this base instead of base 10. The property still holds. You bring the x down. This is valid for any log. And then I will do the same step as before. I'm not going to round until the end. So x would be the natural log of 300 divided by the natural log of 3. So I did this example on purpose because some students have the misconception that they can write this. And that would be totally, totally wrong. Okay, there's no way the natural log of 300 divided by the natural log of 3 would be the same as dividing the 300 by 3. No. You have to do the natural log of 300 first, and your answer divide that by the natural log of 3. So I'm going to do it in my calculator, like we did before. So I have my calculator over here. So I'm going to erase this. And I'm going to use the button for natural log of 300. And I'm going to divide by the natural log of 3. Usually in calculators I don't have to close the parentheses, but it's at the very end, but it's a good practice just to close it. So my answer is 5.198. Okay. I'm going to do it somewhere else so I can copy these numbers on the side. Okay, so I'm going to 5.191806. So then I copy my numbers. I need to go back to my example. So what I get as an answer is, this is approximately, oh, let me go back to blue, 5.1918. Now we don't have a number of decimals that we're using. If you're taking a science class, they'll tell you it was the correct way to practice, but for us, this is good enough. Same as before, this is called the exact form, this is the approximate. Okay, thanks.